breaking out of Allen Park tonight is something most folks won't see coming until it's already rolling. And if you blink, you'll miss how fast it changes the tone of this defense. A decision is taking shape in the trenches, born from blood on the jersey urgency and a staff that refuses to let the season drift. I'm not dropping the name yet, because the real value is understanding why the move matters more than who. But trust me, this shift speaks directly to what Detroit wants to be when the stakes get heavy in December and the lights get hot in January. Here's the promise. In the next few minutes, we'll piece together the week that got us here, the tape that turned doubters into believers, the meeting room priorities that trim the fat off our run fits, and the one more grown man up front idea that brings the whole picture into focus. We'll talk alignments, snap counts, stunts, and how a single addition can free your stars and supercharge your captain in the middle. You'll walk out knowing the plan without needing a press release to tell you what's real. Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a like so this breakdown finds every Detroit fan who lives for Mondays and breathes film on Tuesdays. We're here because this city cares about the fine print, and because the front office just signaled something the league will feel on their screens next week. Let's set the scene. Detroit's identity on defense is simple to say and hard to live. Own first down, force panic on third, and finish the last 5 minutes like you trained for them. That takes more than slogans. It takes bodies that hit square, edges that don't cave, and a middle that speaks with one voice. When it looks right, you can feel the opponent's play sheet shrinking in real time. You saw that backbone in the way the linebackers flowed. The green dot didn't wander. The pursuit angles held. Screens died at the numbers. That's not an accident. That's hours of fits and footwork, and it starts with a young man who plays like he's been here a decade. Jack Campbell didn't just make tackles. He set a standard. He took a punch, wiped the blood, and got everyone lined up again. The game slowed down because his mind sped up. Up front, the plan is brutal and honest. Build a wall on the edges, squeeze the B-gaps until quarterbacks start tapping their toes, and never give the free release to a puller. When that wall is healthy, 97 becomes a storm you can't escape. When it's thin, he sees two bodies every snap, and you lose the right to rush with a plan. That's the line between pressure and almost. Injuries test faith and depth. You can talk next man up, but the NFL cares about matchups, not speeches. If you lose mass or experience, coordinators smell it. They go heavy. They run duo until you beg out of your fronts. Good programs don't let that spiral. They identify the leak and plug it with the right shape, the right temperament, the right price dot, so the staff graded the tape and came to the same conclusion fans shouted from their couches. This defense is ready to take another step if the rotation inside gets sturdier and the early down edges stop giving up cheap yards. That doesn't take a flashy savior. It takes a pro who knows how to play square, who wins hands first, and who doesn't chase stats at the cost of a crease. That brings us to the lever they're reaching for. No, it's not a headline chaser. It's a chess move. It's a veteran presence that lets you ask less of a tired body in Week 12 and demand more of your closer in the fourth quarter. It's the kind of ad that rarely trends, but always shows up in the hidden yardage chart on Tuesday morning. Here's the reveal you've been waiting for. The move on the table is to bring in Quinton Jefferson as the steady, inside-out piece that beefs up the line and lets this front play on the other side of the ball. Again, while keeping Aiden Hutchinson in more true one-on-ones and letting Jack Campbell dictate the game from the middle without putting out fires on every snap. That's the football reason. That's the honest reason. And it tracks with how this staff builds. Fit the room, fix the situation, fuel the finish. Why Jefferson? Because he's a grown man at 4-eye on early downs. He can slide to 3-tech on money downs. And he understands how to dent a pocket without blowing the run fits to chase a sack. He's seen every protection. He wins with his hands. He's not here to steal snaps from the kids. He's here to make their snaps count. Give me 14 meaningful reps that move the chains backward. And 97 gets one more chance to wreck a drive in the fourth dot, now layer Hutchinson on top of that. When offenses have to honor a sturdier interior, the chips and slides can't live in one place forever. You get more five-man protections. You get tackles on islands on 2nd and 8. Instead of 3rd and 3, Hutch turns those moments into field-flipping plays. It's not magic. It's math. Better interior equals fair fights outside. Fair fights outside equals game-changing edges. And this is where Campbell's star shines even brighter. A clean front lets your Mike play faster. He can trigger downhill instead of waiting a beat to cover for a soft spot. He can bluff pressure and bail, beta throw, and rally to the sticks. He can be the metronome again. Watch his feet when the interior is firm. No false steps, no extra gas burned, no freebies for the offense. That's how you conserve juice for the last 2 drives. What does it look like on a call sheet? Early downs. Big nickel, Jefferson at 4-eye, nose heavy. Opposite 5 tech stout. Campbell stacked and ready to scrape. Passing downs. Slide Jefferson to 3 tech, run the pirate stunt with Hutch looping. Let the opposite end crash the B gap. And trust Campbell to replace the void if the back releases. Simple mean efficient. The kind of stuff that wins ugly in December weather. Roster reality matters. This is not a break-the-bank swing. It's a reasonable veteran ad that protects the investment you've already made in your stars. It also tells the locker room the truth. Play well and we'll add to you, not replace you. That's culture in action. The young guys don't have to drown covering 3 jobs. They can do their job at full speed, and that's when growth actually happens. Now let's be adults about the status. Is this a done deal? No. It's a live conversation and a logical path the team is exploring because the tape and the calendar say it makes sense. It's not official until the pen hits paper and the locker number gets a nameplate. The interest is real, the fit is clean, and the timeline is now. But we're talking about football judgment, not a press conference. Treat it like that. Zoom out to the schedule. Power teams will try to hammer the B gaps. Zone teams will stress your 4-eye with the keeper game. A sturdier interior lets you stay out of light boxes on early downs, keep 2 high when you need it, and still squeeze the run. That means fewer explosives allowed, more long fields forced, and better field position for an offense that cashes momentum into points. This kind of move also saves you closer for January. There's a difference between playing hard and playing efficient. If Hutch has to win through 2 bodies for 50 snaps, you pay for it in the last 5 minutes. If he sees a fair fight more often, you get the best of him when it matters most. Veterans who eat the boring downs buy stars the chances that make seasons. And don't forget the sideline message. When a staff upgrades a room before it breaks, players listen. They show up sharper on Wednesday. They finish drills. They hit sled work with intent. That tone spreads. That's why low drama, high utility vets are worth more than their box scores. They raise the floor so your ceiling is reachable every week. You want the bottom line? Detroit is signaling that the standard on defense is sustainable violence and clean communication. And the fastest way to lock that in is adding one more reliable body in the trenches while your young leader in the middle takes his next step. Jack Campbell is becoming the heartbeat. Aiden Hutchinson is the hammer. One more piece up front is the anvil that makes both hit harder. Before we close, I want to hear you. Where do you want the new snaps if this happens? Heavy 4-eye on early downs, pure 3 tech on 3rd and long, or a bounce roll based on opponent? And what did you see from Jack Campbell this week, future All-Pro? Or the perfect do-everything captain that great defenses are built around? Drop your takes below. This channel reads everything, and the best comments drive our next film room. My personal opinion. I like this direction a lot. It fits the scheme, it respects the locker room, and it serves the stars who already tilt games. And yes, to be crystal clear, we're talking about a move under consideration, not an official transaction. This is informed speculation, grounded in football logic and the way the staff operates.